So our story, I guess, we met, we got married. You know, I guess something you never think about is the potential that you might have trouble conceiving. We tried for a while, and you know, at some point you sort of make the decision of, you know, you want it to happen, you want it to happen now, and you're unwilling to wait. So we started through the process and started gathering information, and that's about it.
You know, ever since I was very young, I always knew I wanted to be a mom. And after we got married, I wanted to be a mom right away. And unfortunately, that didn't happen right. Well, actually, fortunately, that didn't happen right away, because if it would, I wouldn't have the child I have now. But it didn't happen right away, and so we started looking into different procedures and sought out IVF, and fortunately had a very positive experience, and here we are today. Before the treatment, I think we felt excited and nervous and scared. And
during the treatment, probably excited, nervous, and scared. And after the treatment, probably the same thing too. I mean, the whole process itself is, you know, it's you've got potential there, and it's exciting for that outcome. And then you're nervous and you're scared through the whole process. It's something new. It's something different. It's, you know, the whole process itself is scary. You're not going through it for the process. You're going through it for, you know, the outcome.
And during the treatment, you know, different things happen that, you know, leave you a little nervous sometimes, and then after, it's, you know, just waiting for that outcome, you know, hopefully the positive one.
The knowledge gaps were, I mean, they're extensive. As much as they tell you, you know, there's always little things that pop up, and, you know, you feel dumb, and they usually leave it open for you to call back and ask dumb questions, and we did. And then you try to find some answers yourself, and that's, I think, where you run into a little bit of trouble, because there's so much information out there, and there's so many conflicting things, and you hear people's stories, and you go online and you read stuff, and it's hard to know what's true, and, you know, really what's true for you, because the whole experience is very unique. You know, you rarely find two that are actually the same. So, you know, there's a lot of questions, and you'll have a lot of questions, and you ask a lot of questions, and you'll get answers. The knowledge gaps themselves are, you know, it's the whole thing is uncertainty. It's, you don't know what you're going for. As much as they tell you, it's a brand new experience for you. So, you know, through the whole process, it's just one more thing that's sort of out of your control. That probably most of all you can actually do something about. So those knowledge gaps are, you know, and quite frankly, you know, even when you ask the question and they tell you the answer, a lot of times, you know, they can't give you a specific answer. We had one situation where, you know, you don't know. It could be something, it could be something else, and, you know, that's what they tell you. But, you know, more than anything, you want a definitive answer, and they just can't give it to you sometimes. I think we were aware of the treatment options that pertain to us. And, you know, I think this goes back to, you know, there's too much information out there, and there's a lot of things that just don't apply to you. So knowing about them, to me, it just puts more stuff in your head, which quite frankly you don't need to know, and there's enough stuff that you do need to know that I'd rather not hear it. We were made aware of, I think, all the options that pertain to us, but I think more important than being aware of those options is trusting the physicians in the clinic, and having someone where you can take their advice and run with it. Because, you know, options are great. Unfortunately, when you don't have the information and the knowledge and the experience to sort of choose what's best for you, sometimes it's dangerous.
But I'd like to be better prepared in hindsight. I don't even know if I know more now than I knew back then. I mean, maybe like things change year to year, and I guess maybe procedures change. I haven't really kept up, but, you know, I guess I don't think I could have been really any more prepared. Do you?
No, like what comes to mind is prepared for what?
Yeah.
Like it's a roller coaster, and you're sort of a passenger on that roller coaster, and I think all they can prepare you for is that it's going to be stressful. It's going to be unique. You can talk to as many people as you want, and you might get a flavor for some of the stuff that you might go through, but everything's so different that it might be absolutely irrelevant for the experience that you might have.
There's really nothing I look back on and say I could have been better prepared, because when you have the outcome we had, you just can't look back. Like it was, I mean, going through the roller coaster, there was good and bad during the whole procedure and experience, but the end result was wonderful. So I don't look back.
To me, it's exactly the same. It's you have a great outcome, and at the end of the day, that's what you're going for. So how can you be anything but happy with it? As far as the process itself, I think I knew a little bit more that how different it was, and how things that you think might mean something are absolutely don't mean anything. They could be something, they could not be something. So at the end of the day, it's just another thing you need to ignore. And quite frankly, they might have told us that, and I might have forgotten, and you're going through, and it's stressful. So even knowing that, or even having been told that, it may not have made a difference anyway. Togetherness to us means, I guess, supporting each other through the whole process. It's stressful. You're going through a bunch of things that, quite frankly, you probably never thought that you might have to experience. And it's stressful, and you're pumped full of drugs, at least one of you is.
Crying at commercials.
Yeah, she did cry at a commercial. It was actually pretty funny. It wasn't even touching it anyway. But, and it's just, at the same time, like, I remember I had to give her injections for some of the stuff too. I mean, it's, I guess going through any of those stressful situations, it's it does create a bond, and you can lean on each other, and you need a hard skin, because, you're going to get under each other's skin sometimes too.
And also, sometimes as, I'd be feeling scared. Maybe he was feeling scared too, but he was kind of someone to lean on. He didn't show his fear. He had to be there for me. So.
And, like, I remember, and Paula brought out, it's, you're with these people every day sometimes, and, you pretty much made friends with the phlebotomist, who took the blood every day. So, to us, that trust in the clinic, and I guess trust that, you're going through this for a reason, and you know what that reason is, and you keep going back to that, and that you're getting good advice, and people are looking after your best interest is incredibly important. Like that's what gets you through everything.
I think being a family now has affected our lives in the way it affects anybody's life. It's fun and stressful and exciting, and a roller coaster. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress, and it's a lot of joy. It's it's a different chapter in your life. It's just something brand new. Less sleep, more fun. I still love it when in the middle of nowhere, and out of nowhere they just, Daddy, I love you. It's those type of moments which make it all worthwhile.